A Teacher Guide 2. Chapter 1. Teaching Idea Guide. Blended Learning/Blended Teaching. Blended courses use a mix of face-to-face and online learning. That's it. Mix the two. Create a website. Put some material on it, some assignments. Put a question section in. Develop it as you go along. A flipped classroom is where the teacher teaches the class and also puts the notes, video, and/or audio on the website too. debaird.net/blended-edu-net. Learning Climate Websites. Create a learning climate by being positive and curious. Having educational multimedia materials around. Encourage intellectual conversation. Discourage negative things like alcohol and tobacco. Discourage frivolous, meaningless activities like watching stupid TV shows, playing video games, having a secret crush on a teen idol, being a fan of any pop culture entity. charactercounts.org/school-climate. canelearning.com/learning_climate.pdf. classroom-success.org/classroom-climate.html. schoolclimate.org. schoolclimatelearning.com. Make students think. Ask open-ended questions without a right or wrong answer. Ask hypothetical, philosophical questions. Assign essays with the stipulation that they must start with a few facts then move into their own opinion of the subject. Tell them to play devil's advocate, to play the opposing side to an existing viewpoint. Get them to keep a journal or blog about a part of their lives. Ask them to keep a learning log, to post in what they've learned day by day. Ask them hard questions like what is self-respect, what is inspiration, what is your true nature, are you brainwashed, what do you do every day to honor yourself? Ask questions like this, then they'll realize that they have no strong sense of identity. Ask for opinions and critiques on virtually anything in the headlines. I used to do this, but I found that even opinions and critiques can be indoctrinated onto others. An average scatterbrain will watch some show on CNN and then parrot the opinion of the CNN talking head. If you want to get political, ask them if there are any real differences in the two major political parties. Ask them if they think there is a shadow government running the world. Don't try too hard to make students think because people are what they are. Most people are self-centered capitalist, pop culture consumer spectators. That is what they will always be. This is the status quo individual the mass media and mainstream society creates. Of course, the vast majority of people think they are exceptional thinkers, but start asking them questions about their identity and you realize most people do not feel they have a clear purpose in life. They don't wake up every day with a clear mission to do. They're floating, absorbing pop culture entertainment. You as a teacher are a minor character in students' lives. Don't kid yourself about your importance. Most kids just want a good grade on the transcript. THRY could care less about the knowledge taught. Any kid that is a truth seeker looking for enlightenment will become who he or she is born to be regardless of what you as a teacher do or don't do. Most students are superficial academic lightweights. They're more interested in fashion, sports, music videos, video games, money, etc. This applies to college students too. Most don't care about the material beyond the grade. Most graduate students and teachers in the social sciences are massively brainwashed in their field, even if there is crap there like the issue of the subconscious mind. I say it doesn't exist. Find me one of them people to break rank and say it's a pile of crap. Challenge students to move beyond existing knowledge. Provide a stimulating environment. Bring up big, visionary ideas. Ask them to invent something. Ask them to apply knowledge to real life. Encourage expression and imagination. The psychology of students/who are they? Students are individual emotional beings. They might have baggage that goes beyond whatever subject you are teaching, and they might also have problems that interfere with their ability to be good students. First of all, the teacher is a minor character in most students' lives, but some might be looking for emotional attention and muckle onto the teacher for this. Students have all kinds of problems like poverty, strained relations between the mother and father at home, siblings fighting each other, others bullying them, malnutrition, undiagnosed poor eyesight, etc. Here are some other factors that could affect their state of mind in your class. Natural disposition. Climate at home, is it a learning climate or mostly a TV junk food home? General attitude to life. Abilities. English as a second language. Ethnicity. Existing content knowledge. Gender. Physical health and fitness. Sickliness, sluggishness. Skills. Socioeconomic status. Some students will try to develop an emotional relationship with the teacher. You have to decide what is legal and appropriate. With some kids, if you develop a friendship with them that continues outside of school, the mother might get jealous and file a complaint against the teacher for being overly affectionate. This would be child molestation or sexual abuse. Be careful. Every student is different. Here is my summary of some loose categories I found. The egghead academic genius, the kind that the parents push. He's good in academic subjects with straight memorized facts but can't really think creatively. The logical problem solver, sees everything as a problem to be solved, a technocrat, everything is organized. The creative artist, usually good in school, always sees the big vision, the big idea, doesn't care about the details, prefers to do his own thing, doesn't really need school, will teach himself if left alone. The friendly person, usually an average student, is there for the social interaction. The substandard student, doesn't get certain things, needs special treatment. If you're a good teacher, you will focus on helping the students as individuals rather than just trying to plow through the content. Try to respect students and take the attitude that you are learning from them too. A teacher is supposed to be about love. Love the students. If you don't, they will know you don't care. You're just there for the money. Chapter 2. Teacher Stuff Info 2. A modern learning culture. Encourage an intrinsic, constant thirst for knowledge fueled by natural inspiration. Use technology like the internet. Have online and email coursework. Each individual must maintain a curious mindset. Stimulate people's curiosity. You can't multitask because the brain can only do one thing at a time, but you can switch task, do several things one after the other quickly. It's best to slow down and enjoy what you're doing. The brain needs focused attention for learning. The brain is best at remembering emotional content. Permanent brain connections are made when people read, write, listen, talk, practice and reflect. The brain is a whole. Forget about those myths like use 10% of your brain. Left or right brainer. Learn better in your favorite modality like visual, auditory, or kinesthetic. An age-based limited time for learning. Learn as lifestyle. Be positive. Learn any way you can and want. Education statistics websites. modelsofteaching.org/sample-page/links-u-s-state-education-websites-and-standards. National Assessment of Educational Progress, NAEP, conducted by the National Center for Educational Statistics. nces.ed.gov. The Nation's Report Card. nces.ed.gov/Nation's Report Card. For international comparisons, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD. The Program for International Student Assessment, PISA. OECD.org/PISA. Classroom seating info. I read an article that said if you want disciplinary problems, set your class up in straight rows. The further back someone sits, the more likely they are to be disruptive. If you put all your good, bright students in the back, you might be able to mitigate some of this. The stimulation from the teacher is increasingly diminished as you move further back. This allows boredom to set in, which could lead to trouble. They say table learning is bad too, 10 to 20 people sitting around a big table with the teacher at the front. The reason for this is overstimulation. You can see everybody else, therefore get distracted easily. I've seen circular classroom seating which some people like, but if you have a big class, there might be too many desks to form a circle. Another approach is the open middle seating plan. There is an open road from front to back in the middle of the classroom. On each side are 5 or so small rows, each with 3 seats. These desks can either be facing the middle, facing the front, or at a 45-degree angle towards the front, whichever you want. They can turn the desks in a few seconds for different situations like tests. No one hides. If you want to separate disruptive buddies, put one in row 5, last seat, the other in row 1, front seat, same side. They can't see each other. Another one is the triangle with all the desks facing in. How relevant is classroom seating? I don't know. Flipped learning by video. Flipped learning happens when the teacher's lecture is delivered to students via video outside of the classroom. Then traditional class time is used for active problem solving and one-to-one or small group tutoring with the teacher. Students can watch the short video lectures as many times as they want. With any course, you can put the lecture videos up online, then you don't lecture anyway. You go to class and say, let's talk about it. Chapter 3. Teacher one-liners/teaching one-liners. Teacher one-liners/teaching one-liners. Show them what you love. Here's what a teacher does. Plans courses. Develops assignments. Assesses student work. Lectures and presents. Multimedia alternatives to lecturing. Manages students. Communicates with students. Instead of thinking about a lesson from the point of view of you, the teacher, think about it from the way the student will view it. A good teacher uses multiple teaching methods and mediums to pass on the same information. Try to watch how each student learns and lives so you can relate to them one-on-one. How do you like to teach? How does each student like to learn? Listen to what your students say, then try to do what they want if they're good ideas. Talk with students about their lives, problems, and interests. Listen to them. Experiment with different classroom activities. Slow down. If somebody challenges you or asks about something you don't know about, tell them you'll check into it and do it. Let the students choose activities they'd like to do. A good teacher guides a student's natural interests. Try to be a friend or at least be personable. Try to use multimedia in your teaching. See life through their eyes. Think back on your school days. Learn from it. Imitate the good things. Stay away from replicating the bad things teachers did when you were young. Kids need to see a teacher as someone they can look up to. Sometimes you have to step back and catch yourself being an asshole or narcissist. Try to be current with what's going on in your field. Don't preach. Teach with love. Don't indoctrinate. Show the facts, then stop. Teaching is a life thing. You're teaching people to get better at life. Help people grow. Teach genius and passion. The objective of teaching is to get students to learn basic stuff, then think on their own. How can you feel a sense of infinite possibilities day after day? Make your spirit soar every day. How do you do that? Encourage students to learn for the sake of an intrinsic love of knowledge. Go easy on evaluations in any course that will not result in the student learning a skill that might determine the life or death of someone, as in brain surgery. Focus on the spirit of learning. Design your courses. Plan your classes. Write a set of learning outcomes, what you want students to learn. Create quick and easy ways to grade students. Have office hours. There are some copyright laws for teaching. Certain things you can't copy and hand them out. If you give writing assignments, you have to put comments on them to show you read them. Use turnitin.com on suspected cheaters. Multiple choice tests are easy to correct. Students love small group discussions. Create a website. Put some material up on it. Have a section to answer questions online. Your job is to make students think on their own. Teach problem-solving skills. Teach students research skills using library-based assignments. Encourage good writing skills. Grade tests and assignments quickly. Use visual aids sometimes. Set the tone by creating an inspiring environment. Give good students independent work to do instead of the normal stuff. You have to come across as the noble teacher archetype. You believe in the power of knowledge to improve life. Be interesting. Give clear explanations. Respect students. Give appropriate assessment and feedback. A strict approach to teaching doesn't work. Students just resent you. They want a friendly, sociable person who talks about their personal life sometimes as part of their lessons. Don't listen to what school administrators tell you about how to teach. Trust yourself. Be a decent, nice person. Tell them exactly what you want. A great teacher continually learns from experience by analyzing to create better ways of doing things. Challenge them. Actively engage them. Students need to be inspired and motivated. Encourage students to keep a journal or log of their self-analysis. Teaching is about relationships. Know your kids, have fun with them, respect them, and engage them. They will not hassle you. Teach love of learning, love of life. Teach the idea that academic subjects are not separate trains of thoughts. Everything is related as a part of life. Learning is an active process in which we construct new ideas or concepts based on our current and past knowledge. Give students opportunities to develop their own way of structuring new material rather than imposing a rigid framework on them. A good teacher has a natural ability to be engaging, charismatic and nice. Teaching shouldn't be all that hard to anybody. Most of us want to be friendly and help other people. Take that desire to be a light to others and let it shine. Good teaching is not some inborn quality. Be honest, caring, direct and specific. Capture their attention, get them to follow instructions. Point out the positive. Correct bad behavior by being good and nice to good students and telling bad students not to be jerks, then otherwise ignoring them or isolate them. Put them in the corner until they smarten up. A good teacher will not use students for some kind of ego power trip. The secret of teaching is to motivate students. Guide learning rather than impose rigid facts on a topic. Encourage student learning by making it fun. Dress the dry facts up with interesting ideas. Teaching is helping students to know something not known before. Focus learning directly on the subject. Make it achievable. Don't go really fast or too slowly. Don't pile too much info on at one time. Teach one or a few ideas then review. Every student is different. Some kids won't get what you say in class. They need one-on-one explanations. Organize a course into manageable lessons. The base values of learning are responsibility, respect, creativity, and integrity. Lifelong continual learning for everyone. Encourage an open-minded search for new ideas to improve life. Along with the teacher teaching the course, have the entire course available online including taped lectures. Teach life skills, self-respect, communications skills, relationship skills, problem solving, leadership skills, career planning and basic business. Teach a course on how to think and how to learn. Teach listening and speaking skills. Minimize testing for grade school. Focus more on the enlightened state of wisdom within the individual. You don't really need standards until you start learning a profession that will affect people's lives. Teach that mistakes are learning experiences. Teach that risk-taking is necessary to grow. Students should evaluate teachers. If the teachers' union is touchy about this, have the students do the assessments, then have the teacher be the only one who looks at them. Get students out there in the real world visiting museums, courtrooms, political chambers, workplaces, parks, corporations, churches, colleges, etc. Is it a good idea for schools to form strategic alliances with businesses where they take their money in exchange for the business posting its logos in various places around the school? Teach and learn by doing. Students want a chance to prove their abilities. Teach character development. Teach creative thinking. Write plays, perform them, do a variety show twice a year, charge a few dollars to make money for the school fund. Try a debating club. Teach critical thinking skills. Use the whole world as a classroom. Everyone has different learning abilities. Teachers should cater to these individual abilities. Teach character and etiquette. Learning comes down to love of doing it. Apply what is learned, do something with it. Break up lessons into manageable chunks for easier learning. Creative thinking. Daydream. Learn better in the relaxed alpha state, relaxed alertness. Deep breathing, meditation. Encourage self-evaluation, reflecting, analyzing. Freshly cut flowers in class. Set the mood. Clean classroom area. Warm, spirited atmosphere. Guests. Tours. Field trips. Activity. Physical activity or dance as a break between learning. Good nutrition. Left foot/right hand, right foot/left hand movements to stimulate the brain hemisphere thing. Make mental movie of material. Neck massage, rotate head around. Overhead projector slides. Flip charts. Comfortable chairs, not wooden desks. Paintings and photographs on the wall and ceiling. Play with toys. Positive attitude. Review. Role play. Sing a special song like national anthem. Skits and plays. Class discussion. Learn through doing something, touching, talking, experimenting, exploring, discussing, questioning. Posters on the walls. Mood-setting music. Students become teachers. Surprise. Imagination. Challenge. Talk informally in small groups. Use rhyming with important ideas. Visualization, guided imagery, tell students to close their eyes, guide them through a story or scenario. Puppet shows. Songs. Games. Students as actors, create a show. Create a video. Music. Relaxation techniques. Workshops. Seminars. Puzzles. Teach one subject 8 hours a day for a month. Year-round school. Weekend school. Online school. Suggestoptia, suggesting that the lesson will be fun and positive. Fun. Variety. Stimulating. Visualize success.